Hello, it's me, Joe. Welcome back to my channel. And I'm here today at the Whitney Community Hospital to meet someone very special. John, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm John and I'm Sustainability Lead for Oxford Health and here to talk to Joe and looking forward to it.
Okay, so let's start off with what do you think about about climate change in the past? Because I'm sure you know something about the past.
Okay.
Let's start on your opinion about climate change.
Okay. Yes. Well, I think we were talking earlier about how things have changed over the previous years. Now, I remember when I used to go to school many years ago. Things were very cold and it was snowing, and then we look outside today, and it's very sunny and warm.
By now, we're almost in November, so we should have some cold weather, shouldn't we?
Absolutely. And last year was one of the warmest recorded on record.
Yeah.
And I remember going away on New Year's Eve. For New Year's Day, it was one of the warmest recorded New Year's Day.
Yes,
we were sat outside in the sun, which is, it's unprecedented. So things are changing.
Yeah, things are really changing drastically.
Absolutely.
And so we need to do something, otherwise the future generation won't have a planet to live on.
Absolutely. And we can all play a part in this, however small. It might mean, turning lights off at home. It might mean putting an extra layer on at home so you don't have to have the heating on more. It might mean walking to work instead of going in your car.
Any of those little things, they work, don't they?
Absolutely. So we can all play a part. We don't need to think about the bigger things, the bigger politicians can think about, but we can all play our own individual part in this. Absolutely.
So let's get on these questions I've got for you. So what I've been doing recently is the Green Space Appeal. I've been helping to support your Green Space Appeal, and I've started to make beeswax wraps, and I've tried to help as much as I can, try and donate, and I've made my own fundraising page, and I'm trying to get as many people as they can to donate for a good cause, such as the Green Space Appeal, which I think you know this, but which doesn't just help the environment, it also helps staff and patients, because NHS staff, they work hard, don't they?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're looking to, we've got a number of small things like bird boxes, and we've also got a tiny forest at Littlemore as well. And all these things we're looking to create some funding, and also planting trees. It's National Tree Day in December, so we're looking to have a day then where we plant trees in different buildings, and possibly plant one here at the Whitney Hospital. So all those funding will help plant trees in the future and looking at biodiversity.
Yeah. So it helps biodiversity thrive, doesn't it? And it also helps those hardworking NHS members who work so hard. They sometimes need a break. Everyone needs a break now and then. Even though it's like their passion, like I have a passion for the environment, their passion is for making everyone have a good, healthy health. They need good health, and that's their passion. But every now and then you need to get a break. So it's important that they get a break, a nice calm break outside in nature. And also for patients. Patients, they don't really want to stay in hospital. It's like the last place you want to go if you're ill. You'd rather treat yourself at home. So you need to get them as comfortable as possible.
Green spaces are really important for people's, both staff and patients' health and well-being. It's rather than looking out onto a concrete car park. There's lots of benefits for patients to look out into a green garden, lots of flowers, fresh air, birds, and there's bees, and there's lots of things, wildlife, and there's lots going on, and it's refreshing. And there's lots of evidence to point to the fact that, being in green space is real benefits for your health. Absolutely.
How are you becoming a greener trust?
Our trust is part of the wider NHS, and every NHS trust now has to have a green plan. So a green plan sets out our vision of what we're going to do over the next 3 years in order to get us to net zero carbon by 2040. And that means a lot of things. It's looking at our buildings, it's looking at our travel, and looking at sustainable travel. We're currently looking at electric vehicles.
Yeah.
We're looking at biodiversity. We're looking at, as I say, planting trees. But we're
Green
also looking
spaces.
at medicines as well, and how we can reduce the amount of on the supply chain and how things are brought into the site, and reducing all that travel around that.
Yeah.
But also one of the important areas is adapting our buildings to climate change.
Yeah.
Last year was very hot, so it's things like putting up blinds for the future, looking at floods, the amount of rain we had and thunderstorms over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
It's just trying to adapt our current situation to what's going to happen in the future, because things are changing, aren't they, Joe?
Yeah, they aren't changing, and we need change fast, don't we?
Absolutely, yes, yes. So those are the key areas in how we're, as an organisation, are going green. The other good thing is that, and part of this is really important, is that we've got a green community network in the trust.
Okay.
So of the 5,000 members of staff, we've currently got about 80 members of staff that we meet on a monthly basis, and we talk about the green community, and we talk about all those little things that we can do in the future. And it's really important to try and get everybody. So we've got little green leads in all the departments that are starting to embed it within the organisation. So it's a slow process, but we're getting there, and it's great that you guys and your support in this is fantastic.
Okay. So the next question is, how are you becoming a net zero trust? I think that comes like underneath how you're becoming a greener trust, doesn't it?
Yes. So net zero at the moment, we've got a number of thousand tons of carbon that we're emitting, which is really based around our buildings and our boilers, but also our travel. We do quite lots of travel. There's community teams traveling around the district. All of that goes up into the atmosphere as carbon. So we're looking at reducing that. Two areas really is looking at reducing the carbon in our buildings and transferring from fossil fuel burning boilers into electric type boilers.
Yeah.
And also transferring our travel, as I talked to earlier about active travel, looking at people cycling, people walking, people using the bus, instead of using their own car. It's a slow process, but that's the sort of things that we need to look at over the next 10 years as you grow older as well. Yeah,
they're slow, but they help.
Absolutely, all those little things. Little things like we're saying to staff, give you, like this week is a holiday. Give your car a holiday for the day. So, and then walk to work or push bike to work.
Or turn off the lights when you leave the room.
Yeah.
Those little things added up together make such a big change. It's equivalent to such a big change that we make all at once.
If everybody in our organisation turns their lights off when they don't need them, then that's a big win, isn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's just like that big change, but you don't do it all at once. You do it little by little, which is easier.
Absolutely, yes. And we need to make a better future for you guys as well, definitely.
For the next generation.
Yes.
Are there any other ideas or comments about the NHS being greener?
The key thing is everybody being together and being as one. And this is where it's looking at one, as we talked about, every little thing makes a difference.
Yeah.
So if we all do a little thing, then it'll grow into a big thing. And so it's just trying to, over the next 3-5 years, is start to encourage people to be more greener.
Yeah.
And we can all do this together. Absolutely.
We can all do a little thing, and then we can form like a big person who can make a big change.
Absolutely.
All of these little people form together, make a big person. We can all make a big change.
Yes.
Just by doing those little things, make a big change.
Yeah, and it's getting it so everybody is aware of it.
Yeah.
Like we're doing now, and the more people know about it, I'll certainly be telling my grandchildren that what we need to do, and also telling my children who are older. But as my grandchildren grow up, I'll be telling them this is the things that we need to be thinking about, and they'll presumably be telling me.
So thank you very much, John, for answering these questions. It was very nice of you taking some time to answer these questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It was really interesting to
Okay.
meet you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.